college now, Tennessee and Kentucky, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Kentucky at home, 14-161. If you're a freshman at Kentucky, rare you're going to get a revenge game. You won't be around for many of them. Monk and Fox will get 2 revenge games in their careers tonight and February 25th against Florida. They played January 24th. Kentucky was laying 10.5. Tennessee beat them 82-80. Kentucky was 6 of 24 from 3. And as we've talked about, they are not buying what Calipari's selling, Teddy. They are not playing any defense. And that game was a big example and a big reason, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like Tennessee was incredible from beyond the arc in that game. They only hit 5 3-pointers, but they hit 50%, 5 of 10, whereas Kentucky 25% from three-point range in the Vols upset back on January 24th. But the assist-to-turnover ratio stood out to me in that game. Kentucky defensively, they're supposed to be forcing turnovers. They're athletic. They're supposed to get into the passing lanes. And yet Tennessee 18 assists versus only 9 turnovers in that game, whereas Kentucky 14 assists to 14 turnovers. You know, the Vols broke down the Kentucky defense throughout, and it was a senior in a game with all these freshmen who was the difference maker. Robert Hubbs, 25 points and 7 rebounds. But, you know, after the game, John Calipari gave his Tom Brady speech. I think we gave it one. We talked about it once here. But it's such a good speech. We got to do it again. Tom Brady made a statement that these guys aren't listening to. Doing what's right for the team sometimes may not be right for you, but that's how you win. That's not getting through to some guys. And I told them after, you'll continue to lose. I've done this 30 years. You cannot do this stuff that they're doing and win basketball games. You cannot do it. I don't want to call guys out, but I could go right down the line. Here's what I'm asking you to do, and you refuse to do it. Now, Kentucky hasn't been losing games all that much since Calipari gave that speech. But, I mean, we're talking about a squad that has been in point spread free fall, Paulie. They covered against Alabama on Saturday. That improved their record to 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. And even in that game, they had an 18-point lead that was cut to 6 late. They covered at the free throw line. And the 2-point spread covers they have during this whole stretch, they're laying 7.5. They win by 9 at Bama. Coin flip, lands in their favor. They're laying 14. They win by 16 against South Carolina. Coin flip lands in their favor. It's not like there have been any right side winners with Kentucky over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. They've been priced in the wrong range.
We're less than a month away from Selection Sunday, and Championship Week is right around the corner with the conference tournaments, and he's still giving these speeches, and these guys aren't listening to him? Things could change, but right now they're going nowhere in March.
Sure. I mean, look at the good speech he gave after they almost blew the game at Alabama on Saturday. Quote, you can just sit there and go crazy when they give up a lead, or you can figure out why they're doing this. Because we've done it 5 times, up 25, and oh my gosh, we can lose this. I'm spending time right now watching tape where we're up 18, 20, 25, 16, that we give back those points. So I spent yesterday breaking all that down and coming up with ideas. I think it's as much technical as it is mental. It's not anything within that's an issue. It's just that they don't know. And that's one of the issues you're going to have when you play with a freshman-laden team every year. Not all freshmen are as mature as some of the Kentucky teams that have made deep March runs. This team doesn't appear that way. But of course, you know, you're making a case for the Vols. You're talking about a team that, you know, it's still 14-11 right now. They've lost 2 of their last 3 outright as chalk. Tennessee has their occasional games. Not their occasional games. There's a lot of promise for that team, but they're pretty young too. And as you mentioned at the top, Paulie, it's a rare spot this year. We're going to see Kentucky in a revenge game. This is one where we can expect the Wildcats to come in playing like their hair is on.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to SBRpicks.com.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.